it's not a bar, and it's not a restaurant. Limited days of service, limited hours. What the intent is that people come here, have a drink or two, hopefully purchase a bottle, and then go to dinner at another restaurant.
Well, at the end of the day, too, we're a manufacturer. That is our number one goal. And while we do have a really pretty front end that is public facing and it is community driven, our back end and production environment is all distribution. It's really kind of where all the magic happens. We are going to have a small whiskey program in-house, but I didn't want to wait 4 or 5 years to have whiskey. So I went ahead and brought in a bunch from all around the country. We've got a couple of different types, so we've got some kind of fun stuff up our sleeve that we're going to do with it. I'll also be taking the empty barrels after the whiskey has been dumped from them, and I'll be putting into them like single malt whiskey, but also liqueurs and Amari and stuff like that for aging. I actually have 2 big stills, so they really couldn't be more different from each other. This is the Hoga, aka Big Richard, and Little Richard is actually in my office. It's our little baby copper alembic test still. The Hoga just came in from Portugal. It is, both of our stills are steam driven, but it's 100% copper, and this thing is about as traditional as it gets. The design hasn't really changed since really about 1300. This is what we will use to produce our single malt, as well as a lot of our distilled liqueurs. On the total opposite side, you have the Hot Rod by Detroit's Stillworks. This is kind of the workhorse still. All of our base spirit flows through this, including all the base for our liqueurs, our gin, and our vodka. And this is also, these 2 big baskets that are on the front here are where we produce our gin. So these are botanical baskets. So we actually fill these full of, all natural, like dried botanicals of whatever mixture we can come up with. And you run vaporized alcohol through them, it recondenses, and it comes out into a tote here on the scale. And that is how gin is made. So we can only serve spirits that we produce in-house, which is tricky. And we'll be rolling those out kind of over the next year or 2. They'll start behind the bar, and then they'll roll out to the general public through bottle sales in-house here. So we are going to have kind of a very small, pared down, kind of snacky menu. And that will pair well with our full cocktail menu that we are going to be doing. That's our next kind of phase as soon as we do start to get open, is get that patio with furniture on it. We've got string lights that we're putting up and all that good stuff. This is our small little, it's really a warming kitchen. It's also good for catering if we have events. So this is just a little event space, and it's going to be a rental room. This is also where we'll have conferences and meetings, staff meetings, stuff like that. And you can actually see back into the bonded area there. This will likely be more like a casual retail experience where you just come in, order a drink at the bar, and then go and sit down in a soft seat. And then this whole side over here, including the bar itself, will all be seated and table service. The tasting room is our R&D lab. That's where we'll try out a lot of new things. We'll probably have a different new spirit every time you come down here just to try out. Or we'll be messing with it with a cocktail or tweaking recipes. We'll have all sorts of fun stuff going on.